Hello my beautiful witches, blessed be. This is WhiteRaven over here. Today's Monday, so happy Magic Monday to all of you guys. I am super excited to be here as every week. And today I have for you guys something that has been requested so many times. So many times. And I actually, believe it or not, I have a lot to say about this. And it's the one and only egg Limpia. What is this about? Cleansing with an egg. What do I think about it? How do you do it? How do you interpret what you get once you do this cleansing? Well, today we're going to be talking all about this. I'm going to give you different perspectives on this type of magic. So if this is something that interests you, please stay tuned. This is coming up right now. How are you, my beautiful witchy mamas and witchy daddios? It's really nice to be here with you today. If you're new to this channel, stick around, subscribe, and hit the notification bell because I am here every single Monday sharing with you a lot of stuff that I learned, of a lot of magic, mostly magic, what it is to be a witch from my perspective. So please, this interests you, don't go anywhere else. Stay here with me, and I invite you to join me every Monday. It's gonna be an honor to have you. Wow, which is so much stuff behind this type of magic. An egg Limpia. If you go right now to YouTube, if you go right now into different books, if you go right now into Google, you're going to see different perspectives on this type of rituals, this type of magic. And as a matter of fact, before starting this video, I did a Limpia on myself, and I put that egg in a glass of water, and we're going to share with you at the end of this video, so maybe you can see what you see in my glass with my egg. I'm going to tell you what I think, but for now, while we do this video, it's resting here on the side, and then I'll show it to you when we finish. So there's a lot of folklore behind this type of magic. It's very folkloric, okay? And it's done in different countries. A lot of people knows about this. Over here in the United States, extremely popular. And of course, in the Spanish community and in my country, where I come from, Puerto Rico, this is something that is done regularly. A lot of people do this. So you're going to have two different perspectives when it comes to an egg cleansing. Okay? So, number one, what type of egg are you going to use? And I'm going to answer that question right now. Different magic and a different folklore tells you that if you think that you have been hexed, you want to use an egg from a black chicken. Now, I understand, witches, that we live in a time and a day that not all of us are close to a farm. Many of us live in a city, and we do not know where eggs come from, right? We just go to the supermarket and we just purchase whatever egg is cheaper, or the brand that you like, or the organic ones, and so on and so forth. So we do not know what type of chicken lay this egg. So starting right there, some of you guys is going to have some type of barrier. But don't despair. And then some other people say that if you're going to do just general cleansing, you're going to use just a regular white egg. And then you can also use a brown egg for any type of purpose. Not only for general cleansing, but also if you think you're being the target of black magic. Another thing that I see that is very contradictory is some people say that you need to use this egg cold from the fridge. And then some other people say that you have to use this egg lukewarm, like not from the fridge, from the counter, okay? Another thing that I've heard is some other people use sparkling water and some other people use just tap water. It is entirely up to you which water you want to use. I'm going to tell you how I do it, okay? So I'm just telling you the things that you may have heard out there. Over here, I have a cup with tap water. Just tap water, and I have a white egg from the refrigerator and from the supermarket, as a matter of fact, from Target. If you're going to do a Limpia on yourself, it is always good that you light a white candle. You want some light and you want your guardian angels around you. And the way you do a Limpia is as follows. You're going to grab an egg and you are going to rub this egg around your body. Now, I personally think it is better if somebody does it for you, because obviously you're not going to be able to rub this egg in your back. properly, right? Can do it properly through the front, but it's a little bit hard to do it through the back. But if you want to do a general cleansing yourself, by all means, go for it. So the proper way for you to start cleansing yourself is starting at your crown, right? And you're going to start in your head, and you're going to go back to the back of your neck. Now, in Espiritismo, in a lot of folk religions, at least in my country, they said that a lot of bad influences can enter into your body through the back of your neck. So it's very important that when you are doing this cleansing, you go in the back of your neck and you focus in that area. You're going to follow any technique that you learn how to do this, or you're going to follow any technique that they do this in your country, or you're going to follow any technique that resonates with you, okay, that makes sense to you, witches. So when you have your egg, and this is something so simple, and it's really good. I'm going to give you my perspective at the end, okay? When you're doing your egg, so you're going to start from the crown of your head, you're going to go to the back of your neck, and you're going to circle that egg right around the back of your neck, and make sure that you pick up with this egg any bad energy that may have entered through the back of your neck. After that, I think it's very important that you cleanse your third eye. I think it's very important that you cleanse your eyes, your nose, your mouth, and then you go down and you start in a circling way. Some other people say that you just go down, right? Go down. But it feels really natural when you just do this in a circular way. The idea is for you to go down into your belly, into your thighs, into your knees, into your legs. And then at the bottom of your feet, you want to make sure that you clean the bottom of your feet because you want to open your roads. Make sure you also do your back all the way down. Now, so what do you do when you finish rubbing this egg around your body? What do you do? So there's two ways and there's two perspectives out there. And at the end, I'm going to tell you my perspective. But there's two perspectives out there, which is the first perspective is that you throw this egg far away from you. You're going to put it in a bag. If you can go into a crossroad, you go into a crossroad. If you don't have a crossroad around, you're just going to go far away and you're going to smash this egg. You're going to put this egg inside a paper bag, right? A little brown baggie, and you're going to smash it against the ground and you're not going to look back. You're just going to leave. The second perspective that you have out there is that we are going to break this egg and you're going to put it in the glass of water. Now you're going to light your candle and you are going to let this egg settle at least for 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes. You want to let this egg settle down. After those 10 minutes have passed, 15 minutes have passed, you want to come back and try to interpret what you see in this glass with your egg. Okay, so now we're going to stop. Let's put this egg to the side with this little candle. So what is the issue with you breaking an egg and putting it in a glass with water? Some very smart espiritistas think that everything that you have captured within that egg, when you open that egg and you put it back in the water, you release it. And by you looking at it, you can catch again whatever it is that you have removed from you. So there's some magic practitioners that are against you breaking the egg. They strongly and firmly believe that once you cleanse your body with the egg, you toss it away and you do not look back. Now, let's say that you are not following those rules. And let's say that you want to break the egg and put it in the water. So what are the things that you can see inside that glass with water in your egg? And how can you interpret the things that you see? The first thing that I'm going to tell you, which is number one, you have to follow your heart. I think no matter what I tell you here right now and the things that I'm going to say over here right now, just because I tell you that seeing bubbles in your glass with water means this and that doesn't mean that that's the way it is. The most important thing is that you get in tune with that egg and that water, and you interpret this according to what you're feeling. So now, which is that you have put your egg inside a glass with water and you have let it rest, you come back and you want to read your egg. There are certain things that are across the board the same meaning. Number one is seeing blood anywhere in that egg, in the egg white or in the yolk. If you see any type of blood, even if it's puny, in this egg, chances are that two things are happening. Your health is in danger and you need to go and check yourself with the doctor. Or number two, there's definitely black magic being done to you. Another thing that is extremely popular is to have bubbles at the top of your glass. This could mean evil eye, this could mean envy, this can be somebody that covets what you have. So it's always good to watch for that. The top bubbles not only symbolizes the evil eye, but also people gossiping about you. This particular cup has a lot of bubbles around the glass. And that is a really good sign telling you that your guardian angels, your ancestors, your protectors are fighting for you. Now, this particular egg has this one little peak right there. You can definitely get more than one peak in your egg, but this particular peak over here could represent envy from particular people. I think in this one case, this will represent just one person. It's very distinctive and it's very unique and it's just one. You can get more than just one peak, but peaks like this usually represent envy or emotional conflicts that you have within yourself that you really have to work with. If you were to see some type of like storms kind of like shaping inside this water, like when you look at the clouds and they're very stormy, that is definitely some stagnation in your life that you have to work with. One of the things that is very strong across the board is seeing any type of geometrical figures like squares, circles, triangles. That has to do with you suppressing yourself from saying things that you have to say. That is you suppressing yourself from standing up from yourself. So whenever you see any type of geometrical figures, especially triangles and things like that, make sure that you speak what you need to speak. It is time for you to stand on your ground. Many times around the egg, you're going to see a formation of something that looks like a crown. If that is something that happens to you, this reading is telling you that you have been born for something great. So if you're going through some kind of hardship, that's going to give you some time of confirmation that you will be successful and that you have what it takes to get ahead in this particular problem. Now, please make sure that you really observe whatever you get in your glass, because sometimes you get to see faces. Sometimes you get to see shapes of things. For example, you can see shapes of candles, and if you see a shape of a candle inside some type of murkiness in this water, definitely somebody is working you. That is sign of witchcraft against you. Some other times you're going to see faces. You're going to see shapes of somebody's maybe outline. Make sure that you focus on that outline to see if your mind gives you a specific picture of a person that may be important in the matter of this cleansing. Another thing that you can see as well, witches, is going to be shapes of animals. If you see a lot of shapes of animals, it could be your spirit animal trying to contact you, or you have too much in your head and you are seeing bad things that really do not exist. This is a specific and very clear message that you're hexing your own self. So if you see any type of animal shapes, make sure that that is not your spirit animal, because if it's not, it could be that you are actually believing that somebody's hexing you when in reality nobody has. And that's really bad, because then you hex yourself. Now, something really important that you definitely need to pay attention to is if the yolk starts changing colors. If your yolk starts looking like it's cooking, like it's getting darker, that is probably the worst omen that you can get from this egg cleansing. That is definitely a hex and you need to work on it. And now, witches, as you see, you can see hundreds of things. You can see a million things in this glass with an egg. So this is my advice to you. Unless you're doing this for confirmation, I don't suggest for you to do this, because there's so many things that you can see inside this glass that you can probably get very overwhelmed thinking the worst outcome. It's like when you get sick and you go to Google and you try to Google your illness. Witches, stay away from that temptation. If you need confirmation, by all means, do your egg. But if you do not need to be checking anything within yourself, if your life is going just fine, do not get yourself in this predicament of trying to check what's wrong with you. And then you find things in this glass and you start thinking the worst is coming for you. Okay, witches, so I'm going to analyze my egg. And it looks pretty good, actually. I don't see anything that really concerns me. You know, you see how the egg white still here intact is covering the yolk? To me, that is a representation of me being guarded and protected. This reading does not really surprise me. Now you see that arch that you can see in here? Those arches are my own self, questioning everything I read and everything I know. The way I see this reading, I'm not concerned about this reading at all. It's giving me confirmation of how protected I am and how much I struggle with my own mind. I'm really excited. Anyways, this is my reading over here. Once you finish with your reading, which is if you are actually going to open this egg and you're going to put it in a glass with water, make sure that you just flush it down the toilet and you are done. The shells, trash them. Trash can is okay. Do I recommend for you to do this? Not really. I don't think there's any need for you to be doing a cleansing and then trying to figure out yourself what the reading was. I think it's very important that somebody that actually knows what they're doing, like a madrina or somebody, a professional when it comes to magic and espiritismo, santeria, maybe some hoodoo person, do this reading for you. I don't think we should be doing this ourselves, because we can find in that glass anything our mind is set into finding. And it could be a double-edged sword. So if you feel like you have catch something within you and you need to cleanse, by all means, grab that egg, rub it around your body and throw it away. The next thing you're going to do, take a bath, which is use some hyssop and salt. I have hexbreaker salts in here. Just cleanse yourself and be done. Be done, witches. Don't look for things that may not be out there, because then you're going to get in trouble. Don't get in that rabbit hole, okay? Be very smart when it comes to doing this type of cleansings. I think they're great, but I am not interested in cracking my egg open in a glass of water unless I need confirmation. I don't need to cleanse myself and then trying to see if I find something happening to me. And that's it, witches. Thank you so very much for being here today. Thank you so very much for all your support and all your love. I am so excited to have you guys around. I don't know if you heard that, but that was kind of weird. Anyways, there's 2 reviews coming up for you guys. I am super excited to do these reviews for you. I cannot wait. And also, witches, I am going to be adding an oil and a very controversial powder in my website, WhiteRaven and Witches Lair. I am going to do a little blog in my website on this particular powder, and I really hope from the bottom of my heart that you guys read it and you guys understand what's behind this powder that I will be sharing with you. Other than that, please remember to visit my social platforms, Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest, and my website, WhiteRavenandWitchesLair.com. I am here to service you, witches. Your wish is my command. You must stay very smart, witches. Knowledge is power, but above all, you must stay so very wicked. Bye.